everybody. This is the Crow and Oso show going live once again. I'm
I'm
Crow.
also.
Yeah, we're just gonna go through a couple of things really quickly. We're gonna go through a recap of Week 6. We're gonna start with the Thursday night game of the Denver Broncos versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City winning 19 to Denver's 8.
Yeah, I think both teams that represented the Super Bowl last year are, despite their records, but both being 5-1. I think they're both looking pretty shaky right now. Kansas City should have beaten Denver more handily, in my opinion. I thought Denver was in that game more than they should be. Denver is really bad. We thought, it turns out that Aaron Rodgers was right. It wasn't Nathaniel Hackett. You thought Sean Payton would have been the fix as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Wilson just seems a complete shell of himself. I don't know where that's coming from. Um, the Broncos they're just not it. They're not a good team at all.
No, they're not good at all. I will say this though, as bad as Russell Wilson looked, I won't put 100% of the blame on him, right? Because you still 13 for 22 was not great numbers.
Yeah.
95 yards, and I'm like, on paper he looks trash,
Yeah.
but I'm watching him, and he's still trash. But he's not as much trash as I thought. Like the receivers aren't getting open. His line isn't blocking for him. The scheme doesn't look good. So the question is Russell a shell of himself without Pete? And is what's the quarterback, the coach's name for Denver?
Sean Payton.
Peyton. Is Peyton a shell of himself without Drew Brees?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It raises a lot of questions.
It definitely does. I still think they're trash. I still think they'll probably go for Caleb next draft. But the defense looked a lot better. Kansas City, for us to think that, like, I always think that they're kind of underperforming, but for them to still be 5-1 is still
Yeah,
impressive
for
because they
sure.
don't even have like a legit receiver to me that's like their legit number one.
They can't get
You know what I
nobody
mean?
open.
No, nobody open. So
They did just trade back for Miko Hardman from the Jets, so he's back on the Chiefs now. So
okay,
so
that's a good move.
it might be good for Pat Mahomes to have at least a face that he knows, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then Miko was making plays in Kansas City, so I mean I think it's a good pickup.
maybe Julio Jones should have went there.
Yo,
We'll talk
for
about that in a minute.
real.
We'll talk
For
about that
real.
in a minute. But next game, Baltimore Ravens against Tennessee. Baltimore winning 24 to Tennessee 16.
Yeah, just two
You know what I
pretending
mean?
just just two pretending teams playing overseas that nobody watched or cared about. Um,
True.
I don't care, man.
True.
I don't like Baltimore. I'm gonna say that every week until they win a freaking playoff game if they even make the playoffs. I just don't like Baltimore. I don't believe in them. I don't think that they're a good team. I'm just not even gonna waste my time on that. They suck, but they won.
There's nothing really much to say. I mean, I will say this: your boy is actually kind of. I guess he must have heard you. He's starting to put up decent numbers. I mean, he was
Lamar?
21 for 30. Yeah,
Yeah.
Lamar 21 for 30. Not horrible, not great.
Mm.
223, but same thing. His receivers are kind of trash too. I mean, not having Hopkins, receivers dropping the ball, Odell's old. Like, it's not a good look. And Tennessee is trash. I mean,
Hot trash.
hot
I
trash.
just I just with Baltimore, I don't know what happened to the Jackson to Bateman connection. I don't it was so good last year.
I don't
Like
get
I
it.
don't understand like the disconnect. I
I
don't.
don't either. I don't get
But
it either. But next game is Washington Commanders versus Atlanta Falcons. With Washington winning 24 to Atlanta 16.
Washington, like I said, they're gonna be a pesky team. They've always been a pesky team. Even if they're like 8-8, 9-8, they're just always like a tough out. Um yeah, I mean Atlanta's not where they need to be. They're still really young. So I'm not surprised by the result.
I feel like Ritter is overrated. I don't even know if he is rated, but I don't have faith in him.
Yeah.
Man, they better get a line. Or they're gonna just waste Bijan Robinson, bro. They're gonna waste his
For
talent.
real.
Like,
You know what? Bijan almost reminds me of Saquon.
no, I literally said the
Yeah.
same thing. he's a more promising one because he hasn't been hurt.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a history of injury.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see how that works out. Next one. Well, in Washington, they are, like you said, pesky. They're one of those teams that they're not going to be good enough to win anything, but they're good enough to make you to give you an L. You
Make
know
your
what I'm
life a
saying?
living hell. Yeah.
So next game, Minnesota versus Chicago, with Minnesota winning 19 to Chicago's 13.
Minnesota, I would say it was an impressive win because it was a divisional matchup off of Chicago's blowout in Washington last Thursday night.
Man.
And then playing without Justin Jefferson, the guy that Kirk Cousins gives 25 targets to a game, I thought would have hurt them, but they were able to go on to Soldier Field and pull out a divisional dub. So
Yeah.
good for them.
Not to mention that Fields was hurt, so that's a
Yeah,
big thing.
for
You know
sure.
what I mean?
For sure.
I don't know. He was 60% until he got hurt.
I thought
And
I
I'm sure.
thought the backup, he's like a no name. I forgot his name, but the backup did a pretty decent job though for Chicago.
Yeah, to step in. Yeah,
He
for
wasn't
sure.
doing horrible.
Yeah, for sure. Next game, Seattle versus Cincinnati. Cincinnati winning 17 to Seattle's 13.
Yeah, I thought this game would have been like a somewhat of a shootout. So far, every game that we've expected to be a shootout this year hasn't.
Right.
So I'm not sure what's going on with that. But Seattle, yeah, man, Seattle's missing. It's missing a piece, and I don't want to do this to this guy, but the piece they're missing happens to be quarterback. I like Geno, but I don't think he's that guy. I like props to him. Props to him for like reviving his like career and stuff. Like I'm not saying he's like a bum by any means, but you can only go so far with him. The Bengals. I thought they had an awakening game last week against Arizona, but then they went right back to like how they've been looking all year this week. I mean, Seattle was a tougher opponent, but I mean, I don't know. So there's definitely some concern there.
I think if he cuts down on his interceptions, that would help a lot. I don't know what they're doing with the running game. I mean, 62 yards isn't phenomenal from Kenneth Walker. Like, it's not going to help.
Yeah.
So maybe if they pick up the running game and stop depending on the pass with Geno, I think Geno was capped out in talent. I think they'll be a little bit better.
Sure.
Cincinnati, they still got some work to do. I mean, it's good that they're getting wins, but Joe looked a lot better too. He was running a little bit more. He looked a little bit more mobile. So that's good. A game that I'm sure that both of us are happy to talk about, San Francisco versus Cleveland.
Look, man, I would have been happier to talk about it if my team did what they had to do and they didn't. But we're in the same boat as them.
A loss is still helpful.
Yeah,
because if it's not,
I guess, bro. But anyway, well, I'm gonna save that. Yeah, I'm gonna save that for my segment. But yeah, San Francisco losing to PJ Walker and the Cleveland Browns is not a good look. I mean, I understand the injuries to Trent Williams and Debo and Christian McCaffrey. I don't want to hear it. Y'all should have beat the Browns.
I really don't.
I think it says a lot about the football season in general, where even like the Bills, you know how I've been pretty high on the Bills for the last 3 weeks. They've been blowing teams out. Then they had a dud again this week. I mean, they won, but that was a dud. And then teams like San Francisco that have the only team that hadn't had a bad game was actually San Francisco.
Right.
They're the only team in the league that looks super dominant. And to lay an egg like this against a backup quarterback like PJ Walker and the Cleveland Browns, it's just not a good look. Gives me more confidence as an Eagles fan. I'm sure it gives you more. Again, I'm sure it gives you even you more confidence to have like a bounce back game if I were to see them down the road. So I think now when Debo said, see, I feel like sometimes teams just talk too much. That's why I like the Eagles, because it doesn't matter how much we win or lose, like we just stay completely even kill. When San Fran blew out,
talks too much. The only person that will talk will probably be AJ Brown.
Probably he's the only one.
The only one.
But when San Fran blew out Dallas last week, like George Kittle with the fuck Dallas stuff and the T-shirt, and then Debo Samuel saying like, "Oh, you know,
you have to say that blew us out."
Yeah, and then Debo, and then Debo, and then Debo saying that, if he were Micah, he will, like he wouldn't want to see them again because it might be worse next time. If you gonna talk like that, and then the very next week, 6 days later, lose to a backup quarterback in the Cleveland Browns, that says a lot about y'all. You know what I mean? Like,
Not only that, Purdy looked very, very, very like a rookie.
yeah,
Purdy looked very like a bus driver.
yeah.
I mean, a 12 for 27, 125 yards, one
I
interception. I mean,
will
that shows
say,
you.
I will say that it's a copycat league, and I feel like Cleveland exposed something in Purdy. So,
Yep.
hopefully, other teams can pick up on that. Because I do believe, and like I don't want to add any like kind of motivation to Purdy, but I do believe that any quarterback can fit in that San Francisco system. Like I feel like if Purdy got hurt, Sam Darnold would still lead them to wins.
I
Like
agree.
I really I really feel
I,
that.
I agree. I mean, on top of that, to add to that, I get that they lost Christian McCaffrey and everything like that, but I feel like the Browns defense isn't getting enough credit for how well they are. I think
Jimmy
that they
Ward
very
is nice.
solid with
Yeah,
the quarterback pressures that they get, the linebacker play, the cornerback play.
yeah.
Like their offense is what struggled. And
Hmm.
to be honest, Michael made a great point, right? Because I told you I was on board with you when I was like, Michael should probably stop talking so much and just focus, right? We don't need too many athletes during the season to work on. But he made a great point. The point was when people talk about Dallas and we lose, right? We lose to a top team like San Francisco was the best, if not second best, arguably in people's power, frankly.
Yeah.
Um, and we lost to them sure-handed. And I think that was personally because of our offense and that. But everybody was like, oh, they're pretenders, they're whack, they're this and that. I'm like, well, I can't really defend that. But nobody's saying shit about the 49ers, bro. You know what I mean? Not only are y'all losing to a Browns team, right? But y'all lost to a Browns team who didn't have Nick Chubb and they didn't have
Deshaun
Watson.
Watson. Yeah.
So what's your excuse? You know what I'm saying? I know you didn't have McCaffrey, right? You still got McLeod, you still got Mason, like you got Mitchell, you got people,
Yeah.
you got receivers. Brandon Kittle was still healthy. He only had 1 yard that game.
Horrible.
1 yard.
Horrible.
So I mean, I don't think that this takes a lot from them, but it does. Like, okay, they bleed like us,
Yeah.
So I still think that they're the best if healthy, but depending on these injuries, we'll see what they do.
Yeah.
Next game, Carolina against Miami. Miami won 42 to Carolina's 21.
Carolina went up 14-0 real quick. I'm like, oh shoot, is Miami about to have a dud just like San Francisco and
Yeah.
Philly? But actually that game was before. No, yeah. Well, no, that game was happening during the San Fran game. It was before our
I know
game.
you didn't know.
Um, but yeah. I mean, that Miami offense. I don't know how anybody's gonna stop it. Like I don't get it. I think Buffalo. I don't know how Buffalo stopped it. I just feel like Buffalo imposed their will more, like from like an offensive standpoint.
Mhm.
Um, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what they did to like. Actually, I feel like if you're able to put pressure on Tua, it makes the game a little bit harder for them.
Yeah,
The
because
thing
he doesn't
about
have to.
the
Even if you get beat with Tyreek and you get beat with Waddle and everything like
yeah
that, he doesn't have the arm to fling it the way that Pat, Herbert, Allen can
yeah
do that. He
yeah
put pressure on him, and he's shorter. Like, what is he gonna
yeah
do? If he throws the ball up, it's an interception.
yeah, but yeah, I think Miami's a offensive juggernaut still. Defensively, I don't think they're good though. I think that's Miami's problem.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I mean, pretty easy win. Even though they were down 14-0, that's still some kind of like adversity. To be able to overcome that, shows a lot about a team. So Miami's definitely a force to be reckoned with.
yeah, yeah. Miami definitely moved up in the power rankings to me.
Yeah,
They may be number two, behind only because of their defense.
yeah.
Um, Next game, Indianapolis versus Jacksonville.
Minshew finally took a L.
Yeah, Minshew took an L, and he played very poorly interception-wise. He threw 3 interceptions that game, which led to them losing in fact the fashion that they did. Um,
Like I said, I told you they don't win in Jacksonville. They haven't won in Jacksonville in over a
yeah, you
decade.
called
So
it. That's
I
what I was
was
gonna say next. Yep.
I wasn't. I mean, I wasn't shocked by this game at all. So
Yeah, I think the thing about that game is what needs to be addressed is their running game. Running game is trash, and I get
for
it. You want
who?
to get for Indianapolis,
Yeah, to have Moss and Taylor back and not produce nothing. Yeah,
like Taylor, they forced it to him. They gave him what is it? Taylor had 8 carries for 19 yards. You know, Moss
yeah,
had 7 for 21. Like they had a combination of 40 yards together, and that's 15 carries. That's unacceptable. You know, you're not going to win that way. You know, y'all are supposed to be the ones who carry the offense, not Minshew. Minshew's supposed to be the guy that like he's not. He's the backup. You're
yeah,
the starter. You don't want to build out the wins, bro. So
yeah.
um, next game, New Orleans versus Houston. Houston winning 20 to New Orleans 13. No shocker there.
Yeah, listen, I really like what Houston's doing. I think Coach D'Amico Ryans is changing like the culture down there. I like CJ Stroud a lot, man. I think I really like him. I don't know what it is. I really liked him when he was at Ohio State. He was my favorite quarterback coming out of the draft, and so far he's making me look good. I don't think he's had one bad game for him personally yet. So I
Yeah.
mean, the Texans are looking up for the future right now.
Yeah, I don't see. He hasn't had a bad game to me either. I think what impresses me is his lack of interceptions and turnovers. I'm not sold on him, but I do respect him. You know what I mean? I'll definitely give him the respect that he deserves. Um, New England versus Vegas, with Vegas winning 21 to New England 17.
Vegas won next.
Yeah, next.
I
There's
don't got
nothing.
nothing to say about them, man.
Adams is looking very frustrated over there.
He about to get traded.
Easy. He needs to go to the Chiefs. No, he don't.
Yo,
The Chiefs don't need nobody. They
yo,
won two.
if you go to Kansas City, I'm gonna be mad, bro. I'm gonna
Yeah,
be
I know.
mad.
I'm the man. I ain't said that.
Oh my
Arizona
god.
versus Los Angeles Rams. The Rams won 26 to Arizona's 9.
Look, man, I think the Rams are good. I think the Rams are good. We
Yeah,
gotta we
I'm giving them
gotta
credit.
we gotta put some respect on the Super Bowl champs from just only 2 years ago. It hasn't been that long.
Yeah,
Um I like Matthew Stafford. I like the combination of Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. And then Tutu Atwell is like a great third option. The Rams look like a decent team, and I feel like they look like they remind me of kind of like Washington. They're gonna be like a team that's gonna be a really tough out. They're going to be extremely pesky to deal with, and
yeah,
yeah, they're not going to win like their own division or anything. I mean, but they might sneak in as like a seventh or sixth seed this year. I think they're at least that good.
yeah. They're definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
And Cup with 148 yards. You know, welcome back.
Back
That's definitely what
to
they need.
back, I think he had 118 against us.
Man, I will say this: they were talking with Arizona about getting Kyler back, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out towards the end of the season.
True, true,
In that
true.
division. Um, Next, Detroit versus Tampa Bay. Detroit winning 20 to Tampa Bay 6. You want to talk about your boy Tampa Baker anymore?
And Tampa Baker has left the building.
Mm. He is who
I,
I thought he was.
yeah, yeah.
We let him off the hook. Yeah.
The Bucks wore their ugly ass throwback creamsicle jerseys. I think that's the
Oh my
worst
God.
throwback in the history of sports.
Terrible.
Um,
Terrible.
and yeah, they ended up looking like creamy shit after this game.
It looked like
Detroit,
old
man,
McDonald's
Detroit,
playground
yeah,
equipment. Like
Detroit, we
nothing.
yeah, very quietly but surely, Detroit is in a three-way tie for that top seed in the NFC.
Bro.
So
Detroit is, I told people at the beginning of the season, they said, nah, it's too early. I said, okay. When they played Kansas City the way they did, I said, it's not the way that it's not because they won, it's how they won. And to see that
yeah,
they're good on both sides, to see the running game, and then they're deep and receiver and in running back.
yeah,
Golf is a solid guy. They got a good, they're just now getting Williamson back from Alabama. People forgot about him.
yeah,
I forgot
yeah,
about him.
yeah.
That boy is a burner. So yeah, they are somebody people need to be careful about.
They are, man. They are.
This game, New York versus Buffalo. Buffalo winning barely 14-9. What?
Buffalo didn't score. They didn't score a point through the first three, right? First three quarters.
Bro, I was watching and I was like, well, New York looked way better with Tyrod Taylor, who I feel has been shafted by the league since he's been in. Like he's been with bad organizations his whole career. I felt like he really got
They
shafted.
they might have to explore that option and
I
sit
agree.
and sit Jim Carrey.
I mean, but they already paid him. Like they just paid this fool.
Trade him
They're
back
gonna
to
ride
Duke.
and die with him. Most likely die.
Yeah, I guess.
So
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I thought the Giants looked good. I don't know if the Giants look good defensively or if Josh Allen was hurt because they were saying Josh Allen was hurt. But even then, 0 points with that offense. I
like
don't
not
know.
even field goals. I'm like, they're so wishy washy to me, bro. The Buffalo looks like they could win it all, and then they also look like they could lose to the Commanders any given Sunday. So
Yeah,
they're just a wild card for me.
yeah, yeah. Even though they did beat the Commanders 37-3, so that was a bad team to pick.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying, but they could lose to them. Yeah,
No, no, I feel you. I feel you. I
like
feel
they
you.
lost to the Jets with Zach Wilson,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and that's when he was like fresh back into the game.
yeah.
Um, Next, we'll talk about our teams now. These are the last ones left. Philly versus New York. You want to get it? You want me to get it?
I'll go. Hi. Hi. I did not think I was gonna have this feeling at all the whole year. It's like not. Um, I don't know, man. I don't know. I like out of all the ugly wins that we had, it was time that we were due for an ugly loss, and this is as ugly as it gets. Um, we went up 14-3. I'm like, oh shit, like, this is gonna be the game where we finally break out.
Yeah.
We're gonna start to we're gonna start to put it all together. It's gonna be a blowout. I'm not even gonna sweat it. Jalen Hurts throwing off his back foot is bothering me. I don't like he did that like I mean the first pick was caught by Goddard and then he got hit, but the ball never hit the ground. So
Yeah, that's all
that was
right.
counted
Yeah,
as
yeah.
a
It
pick,
don't look good.
but it
Yeah, yeah.
wasn't. It's not. That wasn't a pick. You know what I mean?
That wasn't
But
on
that's
him. Yeah.
but that's how it
Right.
counts. The second pick he got hit in the arm. I thought he held on the ball for too long, so I
Mm-hmm.
feel like that's still on him, even though he got hit. And then the third pick, he was trying to force the ball to Dallas. He was trying to force the ball to Dallas. At that point, bro, just throw the ball away. Our defense was
Yeah.
playing really good. We still had a 2 point lead. Like, let's at least try to pin them back deep instead of trying
Yeah.
to be a hero and trying and just trying to move the chains so we could eat the clock. I thought that was a very bad mistake. Um, yeah, I don't know. I was extremely baffled. Jalen Carter and Darius Slay not playing, I don't think made that much of a difference because, like I said, it's like the Jets didn't score the ball; they didn't move the ball. It's not like they were, you know. So I feel like our defense played pretty well. Um, the offense, once you're right, you know, if we lose Kelsey, AJ Brown, or to me, the biggest one is
Yeah.
Lane Johnson.
Yeah.
Um,
Lane Johnson, Kelsey, and Brown.
You're talking about a guy that hasn't allowed a sack in almost 5 years now.
Monster, dude.
Ridiculous. Um, they definitely once Lane Johnson went out in the second quarter, well, we were actually up. That's when we were up 14-3. So I mean, like I said, I thought we were going to coast. Once Lane Johnson went out, they started to apply pressure on that side. Our backup Jack Driscoll is not even half the size that Lane Johnson is, so they definitely were able to expose that.
Yeah.
Jalen was Jalen really couldn't stay in the pocket the whole game. Um, like I said, I mean, I know it looks bad. I mean, it's going to show that he had 3 picks. That first one just wasn't on him. The second one, he held on to the ball too late, but he was getting pressured. And then the third one was most definitely on him, trying to force something that wasn't there. We should have just punted the ball back, trusted on the defense to make a stop, and we could have won the game that way. And then when we did get the ball back, trying to force the ball, fucking almost was that was like a 45-yard pass down the field to fucking Devontae Smith in triple coverage. I don't know what that was about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just an ugly loss. You know, like I said, when it happened to when the Cowboys lost to the Cardinals, and I don't want to bring that up. It's just or like when San Fran lost to the
You keep
Browns.
taking it apart.
No, 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 no. To be honest, I bring it up because I consider you guys one of the top teams.
Respect.
That's why
Respect.
That's why I'm bringing it up.
I'm just messing with you. I respect that. I
Yeah,
respect
yeah. But so just like Dallas losing to Arizona and then San Fran losing to the Browns, um, every team needs to kind of have that one game where like they're like, oh shit, we're not as good as we think we are, or we got to wake up type shit. Because to lose to Zach Wilson, not even just that, they didn't have Sauce Gardner, they didn't have DJ Reed, they didn't have Echols. Like we couldn't hit our wide receivers, bro.
it.
Like
Yeah.
I feel like AJ still got his 125 plus yards again. And Hurts in the fourth quarter, it was our second to last, no, our third to last possession when he hit Brown with that beautiful ball down the baseline. It was like a 30-yard pass, like a lob pass. But then another spectacular catch by AJ Brown. But then again, we couldn't. Oh, that was the drive that Jake Elliott missed his first field goal of the year.
Yeah.
Great timing.
Yeah.
Great timing.
Yeah.
So maybe if Jake Elliott makes that field goal on that drive, Jalen Hurts doesn't force the issue on the next drive. You know what I mean? Because the Jets hadn't scored a touchdown the whole game, so they would have been down by 5 with the pressure of having to score a touchdown. You know what I mean? So little things like that can make or break your team. It finally broke us. You know what? And now that I'm 3 days removed from it, 4 days removed from it, I've learned to appreciate the loss more now because, like I said, we've had a bunch of wins in a very weird and ugly fashion. And if we would have escaped New York with another win and been 6-0, head into a game where we're playing an offensive juggernaut like the Miami Dolphins, I feel like we lost at the right time the way we did. We didn't get lucky. We didn't escape with another win that would have been considered very ugly. And I'm glad that we got bit in the ass as we welcomed that Miami team into Philadelphia on Sunday night. So yeah, Jalen Hurts had 7 picks all last season. He already has 7 right now. So I'm definitely not liking that at all whatsoever. And then the fact that we signed Julio Jones, I like how his little, I don't know if you call it a press conference, but when he was being kind of interviewed after practice, I like the confidence that he sounded with. I liked how he's coming in with that mindset that he still has a lot left in the tank. I didn't think we needed another wide receiver. We did get him as a 3 option because Zacchaeus and Quez Watkins are both being placed on IR. So he's going to come in as a third option. And Julio Jones, albeit he's 34 years old, for a third option doesn't sound too bad behind Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. So I think he'll be able to fit into that offense. Obviously, he's not. I'm not expecting the Julio of old by any means. You know what I mean? But to be in that team, he really doesn't have to be. Um, I like the pickup just because it is Julio Jones, but I do think that we need help in our secondary. There was talks about us trading for Jeremy Chin from Carolina, but now he got hurt, and now he's gonna be out for the next 6 weeks. So I don't even know if that's gonna happen anymore. We're supposedly in trade talks with Justin Simmons from Denver for their safety. Um, we just had signed Bradley Roby, but he got hurt last week. Like we're just super depleted in the secondary, and playing Miami is not a great way to playing Miami. Um, is not a great team to be messed up in the secondary again. So I'm definitely nervous about that game this week.
I'm going to start with all the bright spots first. The bright spot that you guys had against the Jets is AJ Brown was AJ Brown. Like 7 receptions, 131 yards. It's just he's a machine. And every time I see him get a reception and go up the field, I always question how you guys did that. Draft night, how people passed on him. Like when I say he's a top 5 pick, people laugh at me, and I'm like, top 5 receiver. People laugh, and I'm like, I don't know. Maybe we're seeing 2 different things because every week he's making things happen. The only thing I worry about with him is his temper, right? Like I even saw that flare up a little bit. I'm like, oh,
I did see it, yeah.
Like they showed it when Jalen missed him on a wide open dig,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Come on." Not even like, "Hey, come on, get it together." It was more so like a disgust, like frustrated, like, "What
Yeah.
are you doing, bro?"
Yeah.
And that would be my only concern with him. Bro, you're already balling out. I get it. You want perfection, but nobody's perfect, even you. So that would be my concern with that. Other than that, my the bad spots. That's to me the only bright spot about it. The
Yeah.
bad spots is DeAndre Swift had 18 yards for you guys rushing like that. I I don't get it. But I know Lane missing is big, but that's a big drop. You know what I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
saying? Um, Jalen thrown 3 picks. Here's my thing about Jalen. You know how I feel about Jalen,
Yeah.
right? But I'm gonna be very honest with my evaluation. The first one wasn't on him. You know, the second one he shared most of the blame, but I wouldn't put it all on him. Most of it because he held the ball too long.
Yeah.
But the last one was his worst one.
Yeah.
That was the one where like you could have held that, bro. You could
Yeah.
have that. You could have thrown it away. You trying to force it. You were throwing it to the outside. It was a lot of stuff that didn't need to happen with that.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm biased. I was like, I didn't like the fact that y'all got the second touchdown. First one, y'all just blew through. The second one, I was like, nah, he didn't get that. Then it was like, well, we got angles that you guys don't have access to. I'm like, since when? Show us. Don't be like, we got angles y'all can't see. Just know that trust us. It's a touchdown. And I was like, man, this is some bull. Like, nah, bro. I was rooting against y'all the whole time, especially after that. I was yelling at the TV. But I will say that your defense is still going to be solid, like solid, because y'all won. They had to ice the kicker's leg after that game because it wasn't touchdowns that were scoring,
Yeah.
and y'all didn't have Carter. You got Nakobe Dean back. Julio Jones, I lost respect for him. I lost a little respect for him
Yeah.
because I was like, bro, you don't need to go to the Eagles. I feel like you're riding a wave. You know what I mean? Like there are a lot of teams that could use a receiver that are contenders, but sometimes I feel like this generation or these players are just they want it the easy way. Let me just
Yeah.
jump on a team that's already got it going on, and if I can get a ring out of that, then that can solidify my legacy, which is like, nah, you don't get no stripes for jumping on a team that would already went to the Super Bowl without you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no respect there.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say next week is going to be tough because, like you said, the wideouts, their strength is your weaknesses. Is your weakness as a defense, as a team in whole, is your secondary.
Yeah.
But I'm like you told me last week. I definitely don't think you guys are out of it. I just think it was just a bad game that you needed before the end of the season. It's good to get it now because to be smelling yourself and then come in the playoffs and not have to fight and grind it out. You know, champions aren't built that way.
Mm-hmm.
No silver spoon, over here. So I think that once you get together, the fact that Lane isn't going to be out for the rest of the season is a good thing. See how you can adjust, go to the drawing board, see how you can go from there. But
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
I
by
was.
the way, speaking of Lane, they thought he had a high ankle sprain, then it was a lateral ankle sprain. They thought he was going to be out 2 to 3 weeks, and apparently he had a full practice today. So I think
Yeah,
he's going to play Sunday.
full practice.
Full practice
Shit.
today. Yeah. Yeah, even I was shocked. I'm like,
But
oh
no, I
shit.
mean, I told you, Lane is I've never taken anything away. I told you, your biggest spots, your pillars of your team, Brown, Kelsey, Lane. All three of those guys are respective beasts in their fields, and if you take one piece off, it can make the house a little rocky. In the foundation, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Next game, the Dallas Cowboys beat the Los Angeles Chargers 20-17.
Uh, like I said,
No,
whenever
no birds, Pascal. So,
um whenever like I said, Dallas has had pretty good bounce back games from both of their losses. I said they would have a bounce back game this week, even though I thought, I mean, it was tougher. They only won by 3, but um I thought Kellen Moore would have had something more dialed up for Dallas, just because some kind of extra motivation or whatever. Um, Dallas defense played with a lot of heart. I'll give you guys that for sure. Micah, trying to come out with the Lawrence Taylor look and shave this beard with
Yeah,
the straight goatee.
yeah,
My
yeah.
boy
I
said,
mean,
we gotta do something to change this shit." He
yeah,
said,
thanks.
no, yeah, I thought Dak made really nice throws. His one touchdown pass to Cooks was ridiculous. He made plays with his feet. Didn't turn the ball over. Uh, I feel like y'all need like another like third down back. I think Pollard's not a third down back. He
I
doesn't.
agree. I
Yeah,
personally would like Fournette, but that's a whole nother discussion.
yeah. Y'all need to either go back and get Zeke again for that kind of situation because I mean Zeke could at least do that still. You know what I mean?
I agree, but then you
Um,
probably want to pay him. It's a whole nother
for
discussion.
sure. And then what you call it? No, yeah, I watched the game. I thought the Chargers had a couple opportunities offensively, but Herbert didn't have any time.
Yeah,
And then, like I said, Dak was mistake free. He was able to manage the game extremely well. Made timely throws, made some good throws. Was able to finally get Brandon Cooks into the mix, which was huge. Gallup, I was giving a lot of flack to like Dak for not like involving Gallup, but the games that he's tried to involve Gallup, Gallup's not showing up, which is
he,
weird.
he looked bad that
Yeah,
game.
which is weird. I'm like, damn, Gallup should be a super solid third option.
Yeah,
And CD, I think he's like I said, he was my breakout star last year. It didn't happen, but I feel like if Dak just doesn't force the ball to him and allows the offense to like if he allows the ball to spread around the offense and allows CD the time to shine when it's time to shine when like he really needs him like in the fourth quarter CD had like what two or three huge catches um and yeah man I think Dallas had a good bounce back game the defense looked back to form Michael Parsons had that sack when the time was right and yeah, Dallas is back in the conversation as one of the top teams in the NFC.
bro. I put it like this. I'm gonna say this. I'll take the win, but it wasn't pretty for us. And I know people are like, Anthony, you're a Dak hater, and I would tell them that they're absolutely right. Um, I
Yeah.
don't like his ass. I don't like his haircut. I don't like the way he walks. I don't like anything about him. But
Oh shit.
um, here's my thing, right? Keelan Moore is trash. We clearly saw it. You got Herbert, who's before him, he was like known as like one of the elite talents, and then now Herbert's there, and I mean Moore's there, and he's just middle of the pack. Dak, he was 21 for 30. Like I said, not horrible numbers, but not great either. You know, just getting it done. Um, here's my thing with that. We see CD Lamb. I love CD Lamb. We gave it to him. He was making plays. He's our best receiver, hands down. It's not even a question. We're not using Brandon Cooks effectively. Brandon Cooks is known as a burner. Take the top off the defense. Go downfield. We got a healthy line, and we don't go downfield at all. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Is that on Dak or is that on? I personally believe that it's on Dak because he's not making that decision. Dak is making one read and he's sticking with it. He's actually, if I was a cornerback and I saw Dallas on, I'd be like, thank you, because he eyes his receivers down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like construction worker stereotypically looks at women when they're walking by. He literally just, woo, yeah, right there. I'm a,
Yeah.
you know, so I see Brandon Cooks had 4 receptions for 36 yards. What? He's had 1,000 yards with like 3 different teams,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, why are we giving him, you know, and Gallup didn't look great either. He was dropping balls left and right. But even with that being said, I still have faith in him. I just know that you got to pick it up. You can't have this. You can't keep doing this and expect people to support you. The touchdown to this is why I say these things. I want people. If you think that I'm a hater, check me out. Dak Prescott threw a touchdown to Cooks, right, in the end zone. If you look at that play again,
Ferguson was open.
did you see him?
Yeah.
Ferguson was wide, butt naked.
Yeah.
Butt naked, right at the beginning. All you have to do is just dump it off to him. But you took the hard route and threw it in the corner. And I'm like, when you don't make that, people are saying you're trash. And you don't have to try to make that play.
They showed my bad. I mean to cut you off, but they showed Ferguson open like 4 or 5 times actually.
Bro,
Yeah.
there's another play where we went, I think, to the sides. Ferguson was wide open downfield,
Downfield. Yeah.
up the seam.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know I'm not the only person that sees this, but I continuously call it every week. I'm like, I don't know what beef he got with Ferguson. I don't know if Ferguson hit his girl. I don't know if he, out swags him. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But he just refuses. Ferguson had one pass for 15 yards.
Crazy.
And then he just stopped. One target, one catch, 15 yards. Like, as much as we threw to Jason Witten, we just refuse to throw the tight ends anymore. We don't give him Hendershot a chance. We don't give him a chance. We don't give, I don't like Shoemaker, but whatever. Him too. And I think he just refuses to throw to him, and I don't get why. I think that's the kind of stuff that bothers me about Dak. It's like you have your guys and you go to, and then you refuse to go through your progressions. You have one read, two reads, nope, check down. And even then, Ferguson was the check down.
Mm-hmm.
He was wide open. And you have your eyes set on one person. So I say all that to say Cowboys looked okay. Defensively, we didn't even look amazing. We got one sack at the end of the game. We got an interception at the end of the game. And, we'll see where we go from here, bro. But McCarthy I'm ready for Mark McCarthy to be gone. I'm ready for Dak and McCarthy to be gone, to be honest. I'm not going to have any faith until they're gone. Like right now, I love our defense, but I don't think that they can keep up the performance to give us a championship because it wears on us and because our offense gets off the field so quickly. They're tired. If they're doing that at week 16, we're going to be like, bro, I feel like we played 3 seasons. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I'll take it, but I'm not impressed.
Yeah.
But that was the recap. We're gonna go straight into next week, which is Thursday night football's tonight. And I'm gonna call you for your picks. See what you got. Thursday night matchup: Jacksonville versus New Orleans. Who you got?
Is that game in New Orleans?
Yeah. Yep.
Tougher game than you would think, actually.
Yeah.
Even though New Orleans isn't playing great, the Superdome is always a tough place to play.
I agree.
I'm gonna go Jacksonville by a little bit.
I'm gonna go Jacksonville too, just because I feel like Trevor's kind of finding his own. I feel like he's kind of getting into a rhythm, so I'm gonna go with that. All right, so matchup is Vegas versus Chicago.
Chicago.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Is that Chicago, right?
Huh? It's at Chicago, yeah.
I'm gonna go Chicago.
Damn, that's what's up. I'm gonna go Vegas because they got Jimmy G, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully, I don't know. I'm gonna go with that. Cleveland versus Indianapolis. Ooh.
If Deshaun Watson is back, I'll go Cleveland.
I don't think he's gonna be back.
So then I'll go Indianapolis then.
I don't think yeah, I'm gonna go Indy.
No, I'm gonna go Cleveland.
You know what? I'm kind of like of the same thought process because Cleveland's defense is a fool. I'm
gonna go Cleveland
too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Cleveland too. Buffalo versus New England.
Buffalo.
Yeah,
I'm not even sure about that though. But I'm gonna go Buffalo.
I know. I want to be like surprise team. Screw it, New England. New England. I'm gonna say New England because I feel like we're saying too many of the same things. New England ain't gonna get upset. Washington versus New York.
Washington.
Yeah, Washington for me too. Atlanta versus Tampa Bay.
Tampa.
I just hate Baker. I'm gonna go Tampa Bay too because Atlanta does not impress me at all. Detroit versus Baltimore. That'll be a good one, but
Detroit got it.
Yeah,
bro. I do not like Baltimore. Detroit got it.
I know you don't. Pittsburgh Steelers versus Los Angeles Rams.
That'll be an interesting game, I think. I think it'll be the Rams.
Damn, we are really on. Yeah, Rams. I don't have faith in Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
He's been through a lot of pickets. Arizona versus Seattle.
Seattle
too. Green Bay versus Denver.
I'm gonna go Denver.
Oh, interesting. I'm going Green
Yeah.
Bay. Yeah, I don't have faith in Russ at all this season. Chargers versus Kansas City.
KC.
I'm
That,
gonna go Chargers.
that's definitely a tougher matchup, but I'm gonna go
I'm gonna
KC.
go Chargers. I'm gonna go Chargers. I feel like they do. It's in Kansas City,
Mm.
so I mean, I feel like I'm going against the grain for sure, but maybe they'll bounce back. Miami versus Philadelphia.
I I don't know why this game had to happen after a loss, man.
No, that's right.
Jesus. All right. So if we can control time of possession, I'm gonna pick us. If we can keep that Miami offense off the field. Okay.
Really, Pascal? He's the Philly man all the way, huh?
But no. But my concern is the injuries we have on our secondary. We're not gonna have Blankenship. We're not gonna have Roby. We're not gonna have
Oh, you did like Blankenship.
yeah. We're not gonna have Blankenship. We're not gonna have Roby. We're not like it's just I don't know if Slay and Bradbury can contain Tyreek and what's the other one? Oh my God.
Waddle.
Yeah, Tyreek and Waddle at their age. Um, however, our defensive line is better than Miami's offensive line. So if we can get to the quarterback, if we can get to Tua quick enough, and we can run the ball on Miami and
You
control
read
time of
that?
possession,
You
huh?
read that comment?
What? I need some good price pick selection.
No. It hurts taking down two a revenge game.
Oh,
Hey.
oh, I can't even see the. Oh, now I can see the comments. He said Julio putting up 204 touchdowns. Bro, get out of here, bro. Yo,
What's the score here, Pascal?
I would love nothing more for them for that
What
to be
score did
true,
you call,
bro.
Pascal? What score? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, give us a
And you
score.
say,
Give us a score.
yeah, give us the
So,
score.
okay,
Got
back
two
to his
Philly
comment
fans I'm
though.
talking to right now. Damn.
Back to his comment though. Hurts taking down Tua for a revenge game. I do think Jalen wants nothing more. I do.
You think that?
I do think the fact that he's playing against Tua,
Yeah.
he really wants to beat him.
I would
But
expect.
my fear is this. This is my fear, right? I always believe, unless you're San Fran and Dallas, I always believe that when you play a team more than once, you don't beat them back to back times. I didn't mean to bring that up, but it's facts. But I'm saying that
Don't beat them back to back
I'm
times?
saying let's say we play them now and somehow we meet in the Super Bowl again.
Yeah.
I'd rather Jalen get his revenge in the Super Bowl, obviously, than this
Well,
week.
that's
You know
cool
what
with
I
us
mean?
because San Francisco beat us.
But that's what I'm saying though. That's what I'm saying though. I don't like that's not common though. That's not common. That's not common. Like if you see a team more than once, like that's just not common. The last time that happened actually was when McNabb and Vic were on the same team with the Eagles,
Yeah.
and we played Dallas twice and in the playoffs, and Dallas beat us all three times.
Yeah, you know. We do that.
But so I'm saying it does happen, but okay. Time for me to make my pick. I'm beating around the
Yeah.
bush.
What pick are you
I'm
making,
really
bro?
trying to think about it. I'm really trying to think about it.
My man Pascal said 30-24. That's not a
No,
bad pick.
it has to be more than that because I feel like if it's that close, the
Here's my
Dolphins are gonna do
thing.
this.
I thought Miami was gonna put up more points, but I got that much confidence in your defense. Like that's
You
a
have
problem.
confidence in my defense?
Yeah. What?
Yeah, in our front seven, not on our
Right.
secondary.
Right. But I mean, if you like Tua, like you remember all them concussions Tua got last year, and he wasn't
Yeah.
playing this defense. You play this defense. If Carter comes back, and then Sweat, and then
Yeah,
Reddick.
Carter's back already. He's back this week.
Exactly. Like, come on, bro. It's gonna
Okay.
be
All
like,
right.
unless McDaniel has a great game plan.
His
It's not a
play
bad
calling is nasty, bro. It keeps the defense
I
like
respect
totally
him. He got
unbalanced.
swag too. Little dude got some swag to him.
Yeah, bro. He keeps like the thing about McDaniel is that he keeps the defense super unbalanced, man.
So,
Okay. I'm going to go.
and then give me a score after your pick.
Okay. I'm gonna go. My gut, honestly, is picking Miami. I'm not gonna lie because the way we looked against the Jets, I just don't like to come off a game like that playing a team like the Dolphins right now. So my gut's telling me Miami, but my heart is telling me that we're gonna have a solid front seven game. We're gonna sack Tua multiple times. We're gonna get him flustered,
Yeah.
hopefully, and then we're gonna control time of possession on the offensive side, where we're gonna have a better running game this game with Swift and with Gainwell, and Hurts is gonna hit Julio a couple times, believe it or not, and AJ Brown's gonna have another big game, and Devontae needs to have another big game, and the Eagles are gonna squeak by. Because I feel like Miami's defense is trash, so that's why I have a little bit more confidence to be able to at least keep up with them scoring wise.
We gotta go against Chubb. When does
Ramsey
Ramsey
started?
come back?
They said another 4 weeks, so soon.
Ramsey?
Yeah.
Why? What's wrong with him?
He said, "Go with your heart." I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. All right, all right, all right. Yo, honestly, because this is 38-31 Philly.
38-31. I'm not mad at
38-31.
you.
38-31.
That's a really good pick. You know what? I'm gonna go 35. No, 36. 21. Miami.
36-21?
Yep.
Damn, fucking blowout. Oh my god.
Yep. Only because of how high powered their offense is. I feel like Tua's gonna get beat up, but if they can get the ball out quick to Mostard and whatever his name is, and event.
Yo, you always say Mozart. It's Mostert.
Mostert and I don't know how to say the other guy's name. I can't. Why they got a name like Smith and Richardson and shit?
They don't have A-Chain right now.
They don't. Why not?
He's I think they place him on injured reserve. He's out for like 5-6 games. Yeah.
Okay, I'll take it back then. Instead of 36, I'm going. Yeah, damn. I'm coming back. I'm coming back down. I'm gonna go 30-21.
You said the over under is 48.5. Right now, Philly's a 2.5 point favorite. I don't even know how we're a favorite though, especially after that game last week. Like I said, I'm going with my heart because I don't think the Eagles, as a team, the leadership we have, allows them to have back-to-back bad games like that. I'm not saying that's going to guarantee a win, but I expect us to be a lot more competitive this week. Miami still might pull it off if it turns into a shootout because Miami's definitely built for like a shootout type of game. That's what I'm saying. The Eagles have to make 2 plays on defense, I would say. If we make 2 plays on defense, what was that?
What the heck is that? How you do that?
That was probably him. Oh, he's saying that Wilson is back for the Dolphins, so that's pretty good for them though. Then so they're gonna have Mostert and Wilson. Yeah. So whatever. I'm just gonna because I'm thinking about this game too much because it's really bothering me this week.
Make a pick.
I did make it. I'm gonna go with Philly, but I'm still talking about it because I'm nervous about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Oh, it's good. It should be mentioned that we're gonna wear our beautiful Kelly green jerseys, the throwbacks.
That's what he said. That's
league.
what Pascal said.
But
another bet, we gotta watch the game. I tried to watch. First of all, let me tell you about this dude in our comments right now. He tried to take me to a Philly bar and watch a game of Dallas versus Philly, and I didn't know.
Is he a Philly fan?
Yeah.
Is he a Philly fan?
He's
Oh,
a diehard
okay.
Philly fan.
Okay.
Diehard. And we went at it like me and you go at it. So he tried to take me to a Philly bar, lied to me and shit. We went in there and it was all, yeah. I know you. I said, what the hell is all this green doing?
Dallas plays. I think we play Dallas in 3 weeks. We out to that bar with Pascal.
Man, hell no. I'm not going to no bar like that.
Well, come on, bro. You gonna be with us? We're not gonna let you get into a fight.
Bro, I'm going to get in a fight because they're gonna talk trash. I'm like, nah, like, what you mean? Like, nah. Because and here's the thing, I don't even talk trash to strangers. Right? I don't. That's not my thing because I know how I am. I don't even know you like that to say, man, y'all suck. I'm like, nah, I don't know you like that. Now I'll tell you they suck. You can tell me my team sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not Philly, y'all have like both. I'll give us both. Because Dallas fans are bad too, right? But Philly fans are like historically Raider fans bad. Philly fans are bad. I'm talking fight-wise. Dodger fans are bad. Cowboy fans are bad, but we're obnoxious in the sense that we keep bringing up bullshit. Like, we talk a lot of shit, but we don't start fighting people randomly. Y'all threw snowballs at Santa Claus with batteries in them, and I'll never forget it. I'm saying, who does that? Like, where do y'all think of these evil-ass Cartoon Network playing?
Yeah, Philly
Oh,
fan. I
yeah.
think.
Texas, let's go. I'm going Texas. I don't care what you say. Phillies
Nah,
against Texas.
we going with the Phillies. We going with the Phillies.
Bro, we can do this all
We
day.
going
You know
with the
what? You have
Phillies.
a special game. We're all watching. I don't care. It could be both of y'all against me.
Right.
Let's do it.
All right,
80.
well,
Man, we gotta get your math together, brother. We gotta get your history lessons
he
together.
said, bro, that's in the 80s. Relax.
We gotta get your history right. Okay? You gotta get your history right. Because once we get your history right, move it to the 90s, then we'll tell you that 5 is more than 1.
It's gonna be 2045. The Eagles gonna have 6. Y'all still gonna be stuck at 5.
Hey, look, y'all gotta do it. I respect it when you do it.
Oh man, yeah. I wore my Kelly Green hat on the IG Live last week, and it gave us bad luck, so we lost to the Jets. So I was gonna wear it this week because it is the Kelly Green game, but maybe I'm kind of superstitious. That's why I didn't wear the hat. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see. My gut.
Monday night game. Monday night, San Francisco versus Minnesota.
Yo, let's go Minnesota.
I'm with it, but I doubt it.
Yeah, no, I doubt it.
I'm going for Minnesota.
San Fran not gonna have back-to-back duds either, man. This is not gonna happen. There's no way.
Nah, I'm going San Fran. I'm going San Fran with doubt. But yeah, man, we gotta figure some stuff out.
Yo, he said, don't make me get my double A's.
Holla at me, man. We all gotta link up, man. We gotta watch a game together. And then
we will.
You know I can take it. I'm gonna give it. We gonna just go off like that. I'm gonna call what I see, and I'll give you respect when things happen. But until then, we gonna see. We gonna have to see. Yeah, Jalen Hurts got to show me a little bit more. You know what I mean?
He definitely has to have a big game this week. He has to. He has no choice.
This is the top D. I will say this before we leave. I will say this is the first, because the Pats defense, they were good. I'm not gonna lie, because they had Judon, they had Duggar, all that. This is probably the best defense they faced, and that's why I think it put them in a bad position, because they had to face a legitimate defense.
The Jets? You mean?
The Jets.
Yeah, that was the first real defense we faced. Yeah,
real defense. So we'll see how that works out. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's a wrap, man. I appreciate you for getting on with me real quick and talking about all this. We're gonna see how these picks work out.
We're gonna see him.
Yes, sir. All right, well, y'all have
hold on. We forgot about one pick.
What pick?
I got bye week beating Dallas 45-0.
Shut your ass. You need that rest. We're about to cut us off anyway. We got 20 seconds remaining.
All right, yo.
All right, I'm gonna holler at you, man. I appreciate y'all for joining in with me.
Peace.
Yeah.